Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Psych Legal Pop Podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about popular culture through the lens of an attorney and a therapist. I'm Brooke Brigham. I'm the attorney.
And I'm Tess Brigham. I'm the therapist.
And today we are back with our Sister Wives Rewind. We are on Season 12, Episode 1, entitled Meri Moving? ? Even though most of the episode is about Tony and McKelty's wedding, we have sprinkled in Meri moving, maybe?
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, let's see what happens here. I mean, God, you barely pay attention to her, and now she wants to go.
She wants to go, and
let her go.
Everyone's upset. Jeez.
Yes.
Mixed messages. No, it's more like Meri's money might be moving somewhere else. That's what they're upset about. Okay, but first, we are at Christine's house, and Tony's parents and grandparents and his siblings are all coming over for dinner.
Mm-hmm. Now, sorry to interrupt, but
go ahead.
This whole thing bugged me to no end.
The heck out of me.
So this is a family that has been on a soapbox saying we want religious freedom. We don't want to be judged by people. We want to be seen and accepted, get to know us, But God forbid someone who, this family that happened to, again, they're a Mexican family and you all are acting like, oh my God,
they don't speak English.
Yes, there's nothing more awkward than not being able to speak the same language. I'm like,
language barrier. Oh my
God. The language and the culture, they're acting like, oh dear God, how do we wrap our brains around them? Like, you want this from other people. So why are you acting this way? Anyway, I had to say that because it was just bugging me the whole time.
Kody's xenophobia is on full display here.
That's a good way of saying it. Yes.
Yeah. It's disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
So now, mind you, so Tony's parents were born in Mexico. Tony and his siblings are all born in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Kody claims that Tony's parents don't speak any English. Actually, they do. I heard them speak quite a bit of English.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know what you're talking about. Of course, Kody didn't even attempt to try to speak Spanish to them except for saying hola when he opened the front door. This just bugged me so much. But anyway, we got to back up. Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? No, that was too much.
No, that was way too much. That was the other thing too. No one even bothered to learn a phrase like
buenos dias.
Or I don't know, a phrase of we welcome Tony to our family. You don't think you could go
See, I know more Spanish than I could have a conversation with just, little to no effort. Yeah, come on. All right. So, yes. So Kody and Christine are both very focused on the mixing of the cultures.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where Kody tells us there's nothing more awkward than a language barrier. And he repeats that a few times.
Yes.
And after the second or third time, Tony says, well, actually, naked men are sometimes more awkward.
Yeah.
He's trying to make a joke.
Yeah.
Cody's just like, what? And, they're nervous and panicked and Christine wasn't really keen on this marriage in the beginning, and now she's worried that Tony's parents are going to be upset because she slammed their son. And Christine is being really weird and talking weird, and they're just verklempt about this.
They are
about this dinner.
Very verklempt.
So Lido and Karina, Tony's brother and sister, come over to help.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky for Kody, they do speak English. So,
mm-hmm.
So far, so good.
So there was no awkwardness.
No awkwardness at all. So they're helping to set up. They want to have one big long table. So they put all these tables together, and that's really important to them that everyone sits at one table because they don't know each other. They've never met each other. They need to get to know each other. Although they're not going to speak their language, but they have to be at the same table so they can get to know each other.
Oh, my Lord.
So I don't know. I mean, so setting up this table gets Kody all worked up because he's like, it's too tight. It's too tight. And, it's 27 people and the table's only for 24. And he says, there's no way Tony and Leto could even sit next to each other. He just fat shamed Tony and his brother.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, and he's beside himself about this table and how, and then they talk about maybe we'll divide up the tables. And then McKelty's like, well, that defeats the purpose. And, let's just, they're going to be here any minute.
Yeah.
Like, let's just get this done. Let's just
commit to something. Here's a crazy idea. Let's commit to a plan and execute it.
Yes. And Kody is asking Tony crazy questions. He says, does your family have access to polygamists?
I know all of these crazy questions of
access. What do you mean access to polygamists? And Tony's like, you mean, do they know any? And he says, no, they don't. And I mean, no, why would they?
Well, the other thing too is Tony converted to LDS. His parents are Catholic.
They're
correct?
Catholic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't even think they practice. They're not Mormons.
No,
he did. Like, I don't know about his siblings, but he's the one that made the choice, Tony.
Yeah. I think he's the only one. He converted at like 17 to the LDS church. And this is really not that big of a deal. But Kody thinks everything about, his life is a big deal. So anyway, they're joking about how Tony's joke. I love how Tony, he just gives it to Kody, because Tony is a version of Kody.
Yeah.
They're very similar, but I love how he's not afraid to just he's always giving it to him. And he says he thinks Kody needs 4 wives to do everything for him, basically, because he doesn't do anything for himself. And he says that Tony says his family thinks Kody is an idol because he has 4 wives. And Kody says, yeah, the machismo translates so well. I mean, he's proud, he's like, oh yeah, he's buying into this.
Oh yeah.
It's like, calm down, Kody, calm down. Yeah, the Browns are so stressed. And at one point, a producer asks Kody something, and he's like, this is so stupid. I want to walk out. And Christine says, then leave for the love of all that is holy. I mean, who talks like this?
What was this about? Now I'm forgetting that this even happened.
He says that he's complaining to the production. He's looking right in the camera and he's complaining to the production. He says, this is so stupid, talking about the chair.
Oh, the tables and the
chair
chairs.
situation.
Is this the place where they all started to have to pretend to get up and see how much room do you need to get up out of the table?
Yeah, that was
okay.
Yeah, that preceded his outburst. I mean, he's so upset. Obviously, he's really nervous about meeting these people. I don't know why. But he's so upset and he's saying crazy things. And it's just like, wow, this is not looking good. So anyway, Tony's parents finally arrive. And again, they do speak English. Whatever. They all fit around the table somehow.
Yeah.
They make it
crazy.
They make it work. And then Kody makes one of his awkward toasts. He says, I hope Tony and McKelty have a wonderful courtship and they have a good contractual agreement with each other. And everyone's just looking around, and then they cut to Kody explaining how he's always told his kids that marriage is a contract and you have to have a good contractual agreement before you get married.
Huh?
Whatever.
Huh? This is like I've never heard this before. Does he say this a lot? Am I missing something?
I've never heard
contractual agreements.
He's just making stuff up. But and Christine, I really felt for McKelty. Christine is just embarrassing her. She's telling Tony's parents how because Tony's parents make a comment about how Tony was always in trouble. And both Kody and Christine are like, yeah, so is McKelty. She's always in trouble. And when Christine says when she was a kid, she was always touching everything. And I told her, stop touching everything. And McKelty said, Satan's making me do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really felt for McKelty in that moment. Like, how embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you actually heard the story, it was a little bit, McKelty was a bit smarter than that. Like she said, don't touch everything. And she said something like, well, I can't control myself. Right? That was the full story. Like McKelty said, I can't control myself. And Christine's like, yeah, you can. And she's like, no, the devil, Satan made me do it. I don't know. I mean, that is the other thing too. Tony's not exactly my favorite person, but he is far more clever than Kody is. I mean, the show, they are both showboats, but he's a bit more clever. I mean, that comment about maybe a naked man is worse than that. I mean, he's sort of saying a lot in that. And I do wonder if Tony's like, give me a break here, buddy. This language barrier isn't as bad as you think it is.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And then Kody gets into something in a talking head about how he doesn't think he's going to have any more kids. And he doesn't want his children to be lonely for a parent. Interesting comment. And he's passing the baton to Maddie and then to McKelty after December.
Yes, of course. They can't do it before. God forbid.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So I guess that dinner was a success. I don't know. Hard to tell.
Well, it was like the lasagna. What did she make? Lasagna?
Yeah. And Robin's trying to explain that the lasagna with the mozzarella on top is vegetarian. The one with cheddar, again, and that's a crime to put cheddar cheese on lasagna. But
yeah.
Robin puts cheddar cheese on her lasagna, and that one has meat in it. And then they say, Tony, translate that. It's like, I'm pretty sure they know like the colors, the words for the... Again, Maria was speaking in, full fluent sentences. So I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
This language barrier.
Yes.
Whatever. Okay. So now the other storyline in this episode is that Meri and Annie drove to Maddie's wedding together, and they passed through Parawan, Utah. And she says that her great-great-grandfather settled the town, and there was a house there that was built by him. And at some point, the house got sold out of the family. It's now a bed and breakfast. And this piqued her interest in this place. And so she and Annie decide to go back there to check it out. And Mary's grandmother, Joyce, actually grew up in the house, built in 1870 by Charles and Sarah Adams. And those were Mary's great-great-grandparents. And Charles had 2 wives. He was a polygamist, but the other wife lived in a different town. So that doesn't make sense. But this made me think about, but wasn't Mary's family, her parents, because remember they lived in California originally, and then they moved to Utah, and that's when they became...
that's when they became... No.
Yeah, well, that's when they became part of the AUB.
Oh.
So how is it that I don't know if these are relatives on her mother's side or her father's side, but either way, her parents were living in California. I don't know if they were originally from Utah, and they were...
That would be my guess.
Their relatives were polygamous.
But if the great-great-grandfather settled the town, then wouldn't you assume that either through her father's lineage or her mother's lineage? Well, it's her mother's lineage, right?
Oh, it must be her mother's lineage, yeah. And so
she's the one that lived there, yeah.
Okay, got it. That makes more sense. So they were talking about doors and separate entrances, because I guess at the time, even though these polygamous families, they had to have separate entrances or something. I don't know. She starts comparing it to the Lehigh house, and it was just kind of funny how she's talking about the entrances and how Kody loved it because he could go through the whole house, without having to go outside because they were all connected. And it's like, yeah, but Meri, you didn't let anybody else do that in your house.
Yeah, you made people go outside.
You made people go outside too. Yeah. So Meri doesn't know if the family is going to support her in this. She was very interested in purchasing this property. And she says this is the most excited she's felt in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Well, just you wait, Meri. They're about to spit all over that. So they're about to shit all over your happy feeling.
Yeah. So, of course, she has to tell Robin first. Robin comes over. She, tells her about this place. And then Leon comes in. And Leon's very unsupportive, as usual. Leon is really...
Leon just does not have any... they just don't have any time for their mom.
No.
They just really... They're very, very angry.
Yeah.
And just kind of want to cut through it. And I also wonder if they're also kind of sick of the camera crews. Like they know it's a necessary evil. They have to participate. But I also wonder if they're just like, oh God, God, just tell me. We have to make this a big deal because the camera crew's here, or just, all right, fine. I don't know.
But a couple episodes from now, they show scenes where Leon brings Audrey and some other friends of hers to Meri's house and tells Meri that they and Audrey are a couple, and Leon is happy, happy, happy. So I think it's just, they're still really angry with Meri.
Yeah.
Probably still to this day. I feel like Leon can really hold a grudge. Okay, so then Robin explains to us, as if we don't know, when she was pregnant with Ari, Meri was being catfished. And then Robin says that she, meaning Robin, was being fed lies that she was leaving that Meri was leaving the family. And I'm thinking,
by who?
You were fed lies by who? Yeah. And Robin says that she was cheating on Kody. She tried to reach out to Meri, but she disappeared for that year.
Yeah, I thought all of this was very weird.
Yeah. Who was telling you these things?
Yeah. Was this a friend of yours? Or was this Meri?
Did you tell Kody?
I feel like there's always been that theory, right? That Robin had a friend on the inside and that person was feeding Robin information. I think that's what she was. I think it was the friend. I feel like if Meri was coming to Robin about this stuff, I think this would all look very different.
Oh, yeah. No, it was definitely someone outside of the family. That's the impression I got. But so if she was being told this stuff, why didn't she tell someone? Or did she tell Kody?
Or I don't know, or Meri? Sit Meri down and say, hey, I'm hearing this thing. This is what I'm witnessing.
She said she tried to reach out to Meri, but she disappeared. Poof, she's gone.
So this is what I want to know. What does try mean to you?
Yeah.
Like, hey, Meri, you want to come over for coffee? Oh, she said no. Okay, I tried. What is trying?
Right, exactly. She didn't do shit. So then Robin is wondering, well, how much is this going to take Meri away from the family? There's already a distance with her, and I lost my friend, but that opened up a space for me and Christine to get close.
Boy, Robin,
why did that happen?
But it's a little bit of like, yeah, I tried, but Meri then disappeared. I had heard all this stuff that she's falling apart, but, she just wasn't around. So I just made friends with Christine instead.
Yeah. And then years later, we hear how Christine never tried to be friends with these women.
Yes. Yes. A lot of contradictions.
Yeah. These people just make this stuff up as they go along. And I guess the producer asked Meri about this comment. And about Christine. She says she doesn't want to talk about how Rob and Christine are close now. It's like, oh, okay. Meri basically says that she knows that the family's not going to want to support her financially. And they don't. Okay, but now it's time to look at wedding venues.
Yes. Okay, Meri, move aside.
Well, bring your checkbook.
Yeah,
because we might need it. Yeah. Okay. So the first one they go to is the Bloomington Country Club, and they meet with Tanya, and they have a capacity of 288 people, which is not 400. So I don't know how that's going to work, but they have a nice full bar. But this is going to be a non-alcoholic wedding.
Yeah.
And no one is going to be bringing booze with them. Strictly prohibited. I don't know how they're going to enforce that, but...
In our family, someone had a wedding, an alcohol-free wedding. And boy, did that create some brouhaha. A little bit. You don't remember whose wedding is it?
I think I know who you're talking about.
But the wedding... The reception was held at a hotel. So there was a bar.
Thank God.
So I really think that was the compromise that was made. Like,
right.
Yes, you and your siblings can be near alcohol.
Right. It will be, you'll have access to alcohol.
Yes, you will have access to that. And then sadly, after the ceremony, before the reception started, we went to that lobby bar, and it was our entire family. It was very sad. It was like every single member of our family.
Oh, no. I don't remember that part.
Oh, no, you don't remember? It was all our cousins and all aunts and uncles,
sure.
like every single person. I was just like, oh, we're all here. But this, like, one section of the immediate family, like this one section that was like 5 o'clock is sacred.
And then your wedding, of course, Dad basically said he wasn't going to pay for it unless there was a full bar.
Yes.
That you had to pick a venue
with a full bar. That was the
only requirement.
Yes.
And, so that worked out.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, no alcohol. Okay. Which is fine. I mean, again, it's your time, like if someone can't handle being at an event and with no alcohol, then you've got other problems.
Right. Well, Kody says that it's really not a problem because it's an all Mormon wedding. And Tony says, no, I'm the only one who's Mormon in my family. My family's Catholic.
So that's when I was like, God, have you been listening, Kody?
I know.
See, that's the whole thing. Like, you only hear and see it's always about Mormon and LDS and polygamy and any of it. It's like, if it's not about that, you don't seem to care.
Yeah, no, he doesn't listen. And then Tony has to tell us he converted at 17. And he said he was enlightened by the ambiance of it all. Whatever that means. I don't know. So, yeah, and then I observed, Tony really he has a lot of ideas about, this is a very involved groom. I don't think I've ever seen a groom so involved in a wedding. He has a lot of ideas. He has a lot of thoughts. He helped pick the colors. And I think it's McKelty who says that, or maybe it was Christine, who says that, this is the Kody and Tony. Because Kody also has a lot of ideas and, wants things his way and a lot of opinions.
Yep.
So, yeah. So then I guess this is the first time that the family learns that they're expecting 400 people at this wedding.
I feel like we'd talked about this before, but they all acted real shocked.
They acted like they'd never heard it before. Yeah. So they're explaining in the Mexican culture, if you invite one person in the house, the whole family's coming. And all the kids and all the out-of-town guests, anyone who's around. It's like, hey, come along to this wedding.
Psych Legal Pop will be back after these messages.
And then Kody starts to get pissed. And he says, I wasn't consulted on this. This sounds, very expensive. And then McKelty is like, that man. And then she tells us how she's going to be saving a lot of money on the wedding because they're making all their decorations themselves and they're having homemade, she's doing her paper flowers.
Oh God,
and all
the
this,
fabric flowers. Ugh.
Yeah, all this kind of stuff. And they're going to save a lot of money on that. And it's like, honey, that's not what's the biggest expense at a wedding.
It's the food. It's the venue and the food. And they don't
there won't
say
be
alcohol. So
right.
You'll be saving a lot of money there. But they're going to have a hot cocoa bar and a soda bar, right? So those two things, that's money.
That's extra, yeah. Yeah, so they want to have these taco stands, like
street tacos.
So
this taco conversation was infuriating. Like, so what did one of them say? American tacos, or like?
Well, no. Tony was talking about how he was being very clear that he wanted Mexican street tacos because he was saying that the Browns' idea of a taco is one of those hard shells, with ground beef and cheddar cheese,
like basically Taco Bell.
Yeah, but not as good, But yeah, he wants the little Mexican street tacos, and that's why there was a disconnect too about the size of the tacos, because the street tacos are very small, and I don't know if I could eat 10 of them, but I could probably eat 4 or 5.
When people go, I mean, I want to say like women probably eat 3 to 4, men probably eat 5. You know what I mean? Yeah, they are very small. It's just meat, and cilantro and onion or something.
Cheese.
That's it. And you eat a bunch. But I was just amazed that none of them seemed to understand what street tacos were and how they were different than a different kind of taco. The venue didn't seem to understand what street tacos were either, but we can talk about that later. I mean,
right. That comes later. Their interpretation is a little bit different. Yeah.
So, but sitting around, God damn it, we had to hear about 4,000 tacos a lot.
Yeah.
It was just like exhausting.
Yeah. And so McKelty was asking some kind of strange questions. She asked, what is her name? Tanya, whether her officiant would be censored, or if the officiant could say whatever they wanted to. And Tanya says, well, of course, And that's when we find out that McKelty does not want Kody officiating, which is a good choice.
Which all I could think was he may have been in the running until Maddie's wedding. Yes. And then he was like, oh, this guy does not practice.
No.
Tony, I don't know if Tony was even at Maddie's wedding.
I think he was. Yeah.
I think he was like, I'm not kneeling. I am not kneeling. I am not listening to this crapple. I'm not
going to be knighted.
Yeah, I refuse to be knighted. I refuse to be any of these things. And so they're like, okay, we got to find someone else. But yeah, Kody did such an awful job at Maddie's wedding. Mm-hmm. That's it.
No one will ever ask him ever again.
Well, they do. He does get some gigs after that, but how? I don't know.
Well, who did he do after that?
After that, he did it for that guy and his sweetheart, Judith. Who's his best friend? Brian and his sweetheart. This was during COVID, and he, no one could see
COVID. No one else would do it. Everyone else was practicing their protocols. Kody broke protocol.
So maybe that's it. Maybe Brian exhausted everyone that he knows. He's like, okay, I guess it's got to be Kody.
Yeah, no one else will leave the house. Oh, gosh. Okay, so then Tony just says out of nowhere, he's like, I'm going to call my groomsmen brosmen.
Yes. And this is the part of Tony that I find very exhausting. Like, I would want to just punch him, but.
Yeah. Okay. So they make a pit stop on the way to the second venue. And they stop to see Chris at Family Pond. Mm-hmm. And Chris is McKelty's boss. She calls him her St. George dad. And I don't know if she was living with Chris and his wife, or she has her own place.
I get the sense that maybe she was living, or maybe she was living in a place that they helped arrange for her. I got the sense that it was very much like they made it possible for her to go.
Yeah, because Kody and Christine are not going to pay to rent McKelty an apartment. Mm-hmm. And she was only supposed to be there for a short time. Remember, she was supposed to go for like 6 months. I don't know what's going to happen in that time. Somehow Chris was supposed to whip her into shape, and then she was going to come back and go to UNLV, but that's not what happened.
Yes.
But she describes him as, it's her St. George dad. He's very influential in her life, and that Kody was never a choice. He was never on the list. Now, Chris, he's either really shocked by this or he's a really good actor.
I think he was shocked. I really feel like he had no idea.
He didn't know. Yeah. He didn't, he didn't know. Yeah, he was surprised. And he said, well, of course I'll do it. And, he jokingly says, do you need help with the birds and the bees?
I'm like, no, I think these two have been doing it.
I think they've already figured that out. And then he hooks them up with a wedding band for Tony, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
See how much easier this guy is to deal with than Kody?
Yeah.
I mean, this was so painless.
Forward, to the point. Like, oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. Need anything else?
Yeah. He's like very flattered. I'm very flattered. Thank you so much. And wow, this is great. Okay. And Kody would have made it such a whole thing about it. And then leading up to the wedding, we were going to have to see him have a meltdown. God, thank God we don't have to see any of that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're safe from that meltdown, but there will be others.
Yes.
Okay, so the second venue is the Ledges Golf Club. And this one was the most beautiful, but it was kind of smaller than the first one. And so we meet Kimber, who's going to show them around. And somewhere in here, they tell the family that Chris is going to officiate. And Kody is actually relieved. He, at least he knows his limitations here. Now, this place, I don't think this would have worked out because they only had this one bathroom. It was a big bathroom, but not big enough like for the bride and all the bridesmaids and all the mothers and everything to get ready in.
But I still thought that was odd. Like they all had to walk into the bathroom and then pretend like they were changing clothes. And I mean, I don't know. I think it was a little like a weird thing to fixate on.
Well, I think they were just trying to see if really realistically that many people could fit in there. I mean, it was a good exercise. They figured out, no, this is not enough space.
Yeah.
So, so they pretty much blew through there pretty quickly. So then the third place is the Falls Reception Center. And they have, they said, well, we can set up like 300 chairs out here. Still not quite enough. I don't know. This place was kind of unremarkable. The one thing that caused a brouhaha was the person showing them around said that showed them these waiting rooms, where these big screen TVs and stuff. And she said, oh, you can even bring in your own gaming system, to use on the day. Tony perked up. He was picturing he and his brosmen there.
Yeah.
Playing video games. And all the wives were horrified by this idea. They were like, what? No.
Well, and apparently the third one, right? This last place was it's very popular. Like it's sort of where a lot of people get married.
Right. Yeah, it's a reception center. It's not a golf course like the other two were golf courses. But I find it interesting. Remember when, in the beginning, when they got engaged, McKelty said, oh, I just want to get married in a park.
Yeah, well, now that she's like, well, but that was in August. Now she's like, she kind of has to change things.
Yeah, she has to have indoor space because it's going to be cold. Yeah, and there's all these people they want to invite. So then they bring up the piñatas,
and again,
which are very controversial.
Yeah, these controversies are so okay. So what? They want to get themselves life-size versions of themselves and put candy in it. Sounds like a good time. Like, what is the big deal? If you can find someone to do it, then do it.
Well, again, and Tony is trying to explain to everybody, because the adults they're seriously horrified by this. And he's trying to explain, well, this is a tradition in Mexican culture. Every wedding has, they do this, the piñata. And piñatas are a staple at all in that culture, at birthday parties, baby shower, whatever. And the Browns are just not clocking this. And it's very insulting because this is a cultural thing. But, par for the course for them. So then they announced that the Bloomington Country Club is their favorite. That was the first place. And they also really like Tanya because Tanya is really on it.
I was like, did they know Tanya beforehand? Because it seems like McKelty really made her decision based on Tanya.
I think they had already picked that spot and they just had to go through for filming, they had to go through this.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that.
Yes.
We have a venue.
We have a venue. Thank God.
We have a venue. So now Meri sits down with the adults and tells them about this Parawan house and tells them she needs their financial support. And she says she wants to, keep it as a bed and breakfast and that she's not going to move there. Don't worry, I'm not leaving the family. I'm not going to move there. It's going to be a business. And Kody says, well, B&Bs, that's not a big money maker. And it's 3 hours away. And basically, what value is this to us?
Well, I feel like Meri did not think through how she was going to present this. Because I believe she started with, I have an idea for a business. I want to start a B&B. And what she should have started, which is the right thing to do. You start with the emotional part, which is, I have an opportunity. This has been in my family for generations. We lost it. I have an opportunity to buy it again. It is currently a B&B, so it can still run as a B&B, but I'm buying this because of blah, 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 blah. She needed to put all of that out first. Kody might have still had the same reaction, but I'm like, why do you lead with you're going to start a business? Because you guys all have a history of these businesses that you try to start and you can't all get on the same page. Why? But the sentimental thing, like a sentimental family, keeping in the family thing, I think they would understand. You guys, I don't know where we're at. I don't know what's going on with Sister Wives Closet at this point, but it's a little bit of, you guys can't get on the same page on any business.
No, I think Sister Wives Closet is dead because they never got that money from the investors. Even though they said they were going to do it, the check never came.
Yeah.
Robin said she couldn't have another baby without more help. She had her baby. I don't know. I think that's done. But so Kody's not happy. Christine, of course, is like, oh, that sounds like a great idea.
Yes. Yeah, Christine's all for it.
Janelle is kind of like, what the fuck? But she does say, well, I haven't seen you sparkle like this in a long time. So I don't know, maybe. And Christine asks, well, who's going to be your cook? And Meri says, your mom.
I was like, oh,
you mean my babysitter? But she does say that now that Truly is in kindergarten, Christine doesn't really need her mom anymore. It's like now the older kids can take over. The parentification cycle is complete. And now
she's got, Aspen and McKelty are out of the house.
Right. But she has Gwen and Isabel.
Peyton's still there, and Truly.
So, Gwen, when Aspen and McKelty left, Gwen and Isabel became the parentified caregivers for Truly. And
so and also, she's in kindergarten. That's very different. Christine now she's left alone between 8 and
for
2.
several hours. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, Christine doesn't really need her anymore, I guess. Well, thanks, Annie. Thanks for your service, but you can move on now. So let's see. The Kody asked, do our consultants believe? Meri brings up she had talked to their quote unquote consultants. I don't know who their consultants
now
are.
Are these when they kept talking about consultants? Are they talking about the consultants that they did the pitch to?
I don't think so. I think they're just they're probably talking about their CPA or something. I don't know. Not like an expert by any means. She says it's currently at 20 to 30% occupancy, which that's not good. Kody says, do our consultants believe we can get it to 40 or 50? And it's like 40 or 50, that's still not great.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And then she said, I think she said maybe we could get it to 60. Okay. Again, still not that great.
But again, these are all, none of this is written in stone. Like
nothing
these
is backed up by anything.
None of this is backed up by anything. These are all just guesses. So when they said to her, oh, you can get it to 60%. How? Then why haven't you gotten it to 60%?
Right.
What's the reason behind that? And the better question is, how many people need to be, how many rooms do you have to rent to clear what you need to make every month? Like how many reservations do you need in order to just sustain the business? I mean,
and there's only, that's business 101. And also there's only 4 rooms.
Yeah. So what's that all about? So is that a Utah thing?
I think it's a zoning thing because if you look at it, they're in a residential neighborhood.
Got it. Okay.
So it's only zoned for like a small commercial that they have deemed, for something like that, for a B&B is no more than 4 rooms. Okay. So even if you're at 100% capacity, how much could they possibly charge per night?
Yeah.
Couple $100, $200-$300. So that's like $1,200 to $1,500 or so a night before expenses, before paying, anything.
Well, and it didn't seem like there was much of a staff. So that's the other one too. It's like, is this one woman, like, can you make
Who's going to clean the rooms?
Yeah, but what I wonder if there's like one cook and then this woman's the cleaner too, because how else do you make this work?
Yeah. I mean, at the most you'd have one housekeeping person and then a cook.
Yeah.
And then I guess Meri would have, who's going to do the management type stuff?
Yeah.
Like take care of paying bills and calling contractors to fix things or do this, or, like all that kind of stuff.
Well, the one thing that I think Kody's being very realistic on, and everyone's being realistic on, that she is not, is she's just like, I will, every other weekend, or I'll just, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, you're saying it's 3 hours away. It's more like 4. And really, you're going to, on a Friday, drive 4 hours, and then on a Sunday, drive another 4 hours. I mean, it is a new business. Like that was the other thing too. It's like, be realistic, Meri. You're not helping your case because you're being unrealistic.
Yeah. And she's saying, well, it's near Bryan Head, the place that we saw them go last week. And I think there's a ski resort there. And Kody says, yeah, but it's 3 hours to the closest airport, 3 hours from Las Vegas. Yeah, I mean, it's remote.
Well, and it's also kind of weird if it's like, okay, it's, not a lot of people need to stay in Parawan, apparently. And so even if you were, let's say it was 20 minutes from Bryan's Head. Let's say it's one of that. The problem is that, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could find creative ways of doing this, but then if you only have 4 rooms, I don't know, are people even going to want to, well, I guess people would still book it. I kept thinking like, that's kind of an odd thing. Like it's very hard if there's only one B&B and there's only 4 rooms, my guess would be is like, who wants to stay there? Like, it doesn't seem like if this is 20 minutes away, and if there's other hotels that are another 20 minutes away in a different direction, but there's several of them and there's several choices,
more amenities,
and more amenities and more like, so that's the other part of this too. That's, I think, really odd. It's like, but I don't think the Bryan's Head people are going to want to come here. Like, how would they know about it?
I don't know. Maybe she thinks that somehow the show is going to draw attention to it. But it's also a venue, where you can have weddings or
that's true,
get-togethers, retreats, stuff like that. But notice that Meri did try to do that.
Yeah.
Well, she has been trying to do that for years. And as far as I can tell, it's never really taken off.
Well, yeah. And that's the other part of it too, is like a B&B works because it's in a remote place and it's the only place, and you just kind of get people that are passing through. But Kody's right. Like there is not, I mean, no one is going to Parawan. Like it's 3 hours from anything. So
yeah, no, this is a hard sell.
Yeah,
This is a hard sell. And especially because she's saying that she needs financial support. And Christine and Robin are on board. Kody says he's not inclined to do business on nostalgia, which, you know, he has a fair point. And, you know, there's a lot of emotion here because I just think that the family, they want Meri to be happy. You know, they're tired of looking at mopey Meri. She's not happy. She hasn't been happy. And she's gone through all this stuff. And they're probably wondering, well, is this it? Is this her exit strategy? Is she going to take the money and go buy the place and then we're never going to see her again? And so that's the end of that episode.
Yeah. Well, what I also wonder is why can Meri, why can't Meri go to her family?
Well, we do know she eventually does get the money herself.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, did she get it from her family?
I don't think so. I think she just went and just sold a bunch of leggings. I think she just,
hustled and did it.
Hustled and she got the money and she raised the money and she came to them because I think she needed like $60,000 or something.
That's a lot of leggings, $60,000 worth of leggings.
But Meri's the workhorse and she did it, and she, whatever else she was doing at the time, whatever other ventures she did. And I'm sure she had money saved and she gets the same amount of money as everybody else. And Leon is finishing college. And so that expense is gone away or going down or whatever.
Well, yeah, I got the sense that Meri paid for Westminster.
Yeah.
She paid for the entire thing. So yeah, if Westminster's ending, I think that's a pretty expensive place. So yeah, if Meri has the money for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So eventually we know she does get it. So she gets it done.
Wow. All right. But I just had to laugh the whole time. They're all like, "Oh God, Meri, is this you trying to get away?" And oh no. And I'm like, you motherfuckers. She has been wandering around like a zombie. You all said that. She comes in late. She leaves early. She's on her phone the entire time. And you're all wandering around like, oh my God. Oh no. It's just like,
yeah. All of a sudden now you care where she goes on the weekend or.
Yeah. I mean,
they probably go, they only see her when they film. Otherwise, they don't do anything with her, spend any time with her.
And again, I think that's why she was showing up late and leaving early and on her phone. I really think I mean, maybe all this happened at the same time, but the one part of this was the catfishing, but the other part of it was, I think she was like, what am I doing this for? No one comes over and says hi to me. No one cares. These women claim that they want this and this, and no one's around. So why come early? If I come early, I have to do work. That seems to be the only reason why they want me. If I stay late, they're going to want me to clean up. I'm not going to do that. I've got to get back to my catfishing romance too.
Yeah. Well, and I can't remember if maybe it's in the next episode where, they're still talking about this and they're saying, especially Robin, well, we want you here to help take care of our kids. There's still kids here.
She says that in this episode.
She's like, fuck no, I don't want to do that. I've done that. I did my time. I raised my kid. I helped y'all raise your kids.
She's not going to stick
100% agree with her.
She is not going to stick around Las Vegas so that for nothing, so that she can wander over to Christine's at 2:00 and see Truly when she gets home.
Yeah, or be on call as a babysitter.
Yeah, like picking up, like none of that. I mean, yeah, they're right. And again, you're all in separate homes. You have a lot more money. You're not all having to go out to a job the way you used to. I mean, I'm sorry, Christine, but like, what else is Christine doing? I mean, she's a full-time mom.
She's on this show, yeah,
and a full-time mom. And I'm not saying that is not a tremendous amount of work, but women, men like do this. And it's different when you had, when you had so many kids, it was very different. Like you guys are all siloed. You all have your own individual help. You all have, right? Like Mary's supposed to just sit around so that they can maybe call upon her.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
It is.
Okay, well, that's the episode.
Whew, what an episode. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us on our rewind journey. Our Tuesday shows are mostly we've been doing like a lot of true crime and crime that's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
In this last week, if you didn't catch it, we talked about the Lindsay Clancy case, what's happening with that, and also talking about the Luigi Mangione plea. So check that out if you're into that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And if you want more of us, we have a Patreon. We do 4 extra bonus episodes a month, and you get all of these other shows ad-free. And if you want to support the podcast even further, you can subscribe. You can leave us a 5-star rating. We are also on social media. So check us out there at Psych Legal Pop Podcast.
Yep.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Bye.